Hello, everybody. Welcome to Maya Cooking with Papa. I'm Dave. Today we're going to make a coconut cream pie. All right. Now, when you're making a coconut cream pie, you can do it two different ways. You can use a graham cracker crust, is what I'm using, or you can use a flour crust. If you use the flour crust, you got to bake it in advance. Okay. So let's go over our ingredients. We got a cup of white sugar. We got a third cup of cornstarch. We have 3 cups of whole milk. We got 4 egg yolks, 5 tablespoons of butter, or a third of a cup, however you want to do it, but that's what it is, 5 tablespoons. Okay. We've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We got 2 cups of coconut flakes. We got a cup and 3/4. And a 1/4 cup. The 1/4 cup we got to save back and divided it so it's in a separate cup. Okay? And to make this, we need to put our sugar in a saucepan, a heavy saucepan, okay? And put our cornstarch in it. I'm reading as we go here. And I got a little scraper here. We're going to get that cornstarch all out of there. Okay? Then we're going to use our little scraper here to combine the two and kind of whisk it together. I know it's not a whisk, but that's the theory. And once we do that, I've got a wooden spoon here to cook it with. Okay? And we're going to cook this on medium heat until it almost boils. It'll be about 8 minutes. Stirring it continuously. Okay? So now we're going to do that. I'm going to put it on the stove and cook it. And you don't want to watch me stir this for 8 minutes. So we'll do that and then we'll be back when we're close to being done. After you dump the milk in it. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that. We're going to dump the milk in it, then we're going to cook it. Okay, we got it getting kind of warm here. We're going to dump our egg yolks in it now. Okay. Mix those in. Make sure you get them busted up so they go into it and they don't remain whole. Stir those in. Keep stirring it until it becomes almost a boil. Okay, get it on the heat for a second or two there, or a couple minutes, whatever, and then you can add your egg yolks. Don't let it get too hot before you add the egg yolks or to cook the egg yolks before you get them mixed in. Just enough to get the sugar broke down into the milk and cornstarch broke down into the milk and get it mixed. Then add your egg yolks. All right, we're going to finish cooking this. Okay, we've been cooking it for about 8 minutes. Been stirring it continuously all the time we're cooking it. We're going to cook it a little bit more because it's not starting to thicken yet. We need it to start thickening up for us. Okay, so we're still going. But you got to keep your hand moving and keep that stirring. We got our butter, our coconut, and our vanilla here. We've got to put a pinch of kosher salt in it, which we got right here. As soon as it starts thickening up, we'll add that. But I'm cooking it on a 5, which is about halfway. And it's looking good. Just got to get it to thicken up a little bit for us, so we'll have it. It'll set good in our pie shell. And it's starting to get there, getting hot now. I can see it's getting ready to start, not roll ball, but getting ready to. So that's all we got to get to, and we're still working on it. We'll make some steak tacos for supper later. And then I'll make some little bunny cakes. I'll do a video for the little bunny cakes when I do those. And I want to make a bunny gingerbread house. I don't know if I'm going to get that done yet or not, but I'd like to. Ordered the gingerbread cut out cookie cutters for Christmas. They didn't come in until January. That was convenient, huh? But anyway, what can you do with the Postal Service? It used to be a lot slower back in the days. All right. But I'm going to get this where it's sticking it up, and I'll come back and we'll show you what to do. Okay, it's getting pretty thick. It's starting to pop a little bit where it's getting ready to boil. So we're getting close to taking it off the heat. See, we're getting thick. All right, we're going to try this here in a second. What we got to do when we get it a little bit thicker, we're going to add our butter, our vanilla. We're going to add the butter 1 tablespoon at a time. After we get all that incorporated, we'll let the butter melt before we do anything else. Then we'll add our coconut and stir it up and put it in our pie crust. So we're getting real close. Took me about 10 minutes to get it here. But maybe they use a different setting on their stove. Maybe they're a different altitude. I don't know. But, all right, I think we should be good. I don't know. We're going to try it here. We're going to slide it off the fire. Turn our fire off. Put 1 tablespoon of butter in it. We're going to mix that in and let it melt completely before we add the other. Just keep an eyeball on that pat of butter until it melts. You got to get it 100% melted before we add any more. Yeah. Keep stirring it continuously when you're doing it. And we'll get that's almost melted. The next one shouldn't take that much to melt. I think I had that pat just a little bit thicker than the rest. But it's still 5 tablespoons. Okay, that one's melted. Let's throw our next one in. The pie crust is on the table waiting on us. Got it ready. And then we'll toast the coconut and we'll make the whipped topping for it. Which is made, well, I'll tell you in a minute because I got to clean up and then set back up for the topping. While this cools, it's got to cool for 10 minutes before we do anything to it. That'll give me time to get everything else done. And that was almost melted. Alright, I don't see no more. So we're going to put another pad in. Get your pads in there. All of it, because if you don't get it all in, it won't taste right. Getting tired of stirring. But you can't stop. You got to keep going because you got to continually stir while you add your ingredients. All right, we're 3 down. 2 to go. All right, let's put our next one in. Come here, buddy. You get in there now. All right. Okay, that's our 4th one. And it's going good. This was my wife's request. Make a coconut cream pie. And then she come up with, oh, well, if you don't want to make it, I'll go, oh, whoa. You know, we're not going to go buy one. I'll make one. So here I am. All right, we got all but one. Let's get the last one in. Yeah, there it went. Okay. And as soon as that one comes together and melts, we'll dump our vanilla in it. And then add our coconut. And dump it in the pie crust. Like I said, you can use either a graham cracker crust, or a flour crust. It's totally up to you however you want it. I'm just using the graham cracker crust for this one. And that was what we decided to do. And okay, we got our butter in. Let's dump our vanilla. All right, we got our vanilla in. We're gonna mix all that in too, because you gotta make sure it's 100% incorporated before you go to the next ingredient. And that's in. Okay, now we're gonna do a pinch of salt. And for me, a pinch of salt's a pinch of salt. About yay much. So we're gonna mix that in. All right, now we got all that in. Get this stuff scraped off the sides where I've been slopping it up. All right, here we go. We're going to add the coconut to it now. Here's our coconut. And we need a pie crust over here, so when I get this mixed in, we can put it in the pie crust. Mix it in good. You got to have it completely incorporated. You don't want none not into the filling. You want it mixed in, none sticking out, none not coated. And I think we've about got it. So here we go. Here's how it looks. Let's put it in the pie crust and see what happens. All right. Now we're going to cover this with plastic wrap. And make sure the plastic wrap is on the top of the pie, touching it. Okay. Let me grab some plastic wrap. Okay, I got the plastic wrap. I got saran wrap. And it's a pain in the butt to mess with. You know that. So you're going to try to get it not to stick to itself till you get it where you want it. And there ain't no ancient secrets for this, besides fighting with it. So we're going to put that like that. It's touching the top of our pie. We got it all wrapped up. So now I'm going to grab a wire rack, set it on the wire rack, and let it cool. Okay. We're going to make the topping for it now. The topping calls for 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, but I've only got 1 cup, so we're going to cut it in half. Calls for 6 tablespoons of powdered sugar. I've got 3 tablespoons because I'm cutting everything in half because I only have half of the heavy cream I need. I thought I had more, but hey, we adapt. So we're gonna dump our heavy cream in our stand mixer. Get in there and scrape it out good. Get it all in there. And we're gonna whip this until it starts forming good peaks. And then we're going to add our powdered sugar. And then we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. But first, we're going to whip this up till it starts making peaks. I've got the last 1/4 cup of coconut on a pan to go in the oven at 350 degrees. so we can toast it. And flies. Gotta love flies, right? It's a joke. Give me a drink of Hillbilly Life Support. Hillbilly Life Support. Alright. We got this going on pretty well high. And that way we get our peaks done. Our pie's sitting on the stove on a wire rack, covered. It's been cold for about 10-15 minutes while I done dishes. We'll let it cool more while we do this. And then we'll get it back over here. We'll peel the plastic off of it. I've got the cover for it here. And then we'll see where we're at. And hopefully everything turns out amazing. And I'm sure it will. Wife asked me what I was making. I started with a coconut cream pie. Just starting. Yeah. I've got the steak in the refrigerator for supper. Got all the ingredients to go in it to make it tacos over there. She come in and got some shells. Told me she had these shells to go with it to make it a little bit better. Cool. We're going to let this mix till it get some stiff peaks in it. It might take it 2 or 3 minutes. So, we'll be back. Okay, we got some peaks going on over here. So we're going to raise it up. We're going to add our powdered sugar to it. And then we're going to mix it back in. We got our coconut toasted. Hang on a second. I'll grab that pan and show you it. It toasted up real nice. We're going to put, I don't know, about half of our powdered sugar in it. We grab this pan. Here's our toasted coconut for the top. All right. Let's mix this up. I'll grab that pie. There's our pie. We'll put the rest of our powdered sugar in it. Let that mix in. All right. Bring that this way. We're going to scrape our sides down and get ready to top this pie. Okay. And clang, 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 clang goes the trolley. Okay. We got our top and we got our toasted coconut. So, let's see if we can put a top on this. I'm sure we can. All right. Peel our plastic wrap off. We should be cold because it's been sitting over there for a while. You think we are? Now we're going to put our topping on it. And kind of smear your top around it. So you got a good cover for the top. Don't get too violent with it because you don't want to rip it and tear the pie. You just want to get a good cover for that topping you made. I think it's going to be plenty. But if you want more, you make more. But like I said, I had to half this one because I thought I had a whole bottle of whipping cream, heavy whipped cream, but I didn't. I usually always have a backup, but I haven't restocked since I done my Christmas stuff, really. I wasn't doing a lot of cooking like that. At Christmas time, Thanksgiving, I got backups on everything. My wife laughs at me. I need a backup. Why? Because I only got one. But this time I didn't have a backup. We'll sit that down and get me stuff off of the sides here. Because we don't want that there. Yeah. We almost got this baby done. All right, let's put our toasted coconut on it here so we get this smeared in. And we'll take a gander at it and see what y'all think about it. All right, I'm gonna try it. Not bad. Pretty good, really. Okay. Move that way. Okay. Now I'm going to grab the toasted coconut to put on it. You just want to sprinkle your toasted coconut over it. Like that. Yeah. Get a good cover for your toasted coconut on the top, because that's what everybody's going to be seeing before they cut into the pie. And I wasn't sure that small amount was going to be good, but hey, look at that. It done a good job covering it. And ooh, don't flip it out. There's our coconut cream pie. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.